Hi everyone. I'm joined now by Miss Christina Gomez, and she has two beautiful daughters that are enrolled in the Real Talk Youth Impact Program. And I'm going to let you beautiful young ladies introduce yourselves.
I'm Isabella Saucedo.
I'm Gabrielle Saucedo.
Isabella, how old are you?
I am 14 years old.
And Gabriella?
I am 12 years old.
Well, I'm going to start with your mom. Tell me how you learned about the Real Talk Youth Impact Program and why you decided that the program was for your daughters.
Okay, actually a good friend of mine, Cassandra, who her kids are also involved, was telling me about the program, and I thought, what an awesome idea to get the girls not only volunteering, but just to see what life is kind of like outside of how we live, and how to get a positive influence that they can go help other students. And that's where we found out about it, and I thought it would be great for them to see and to volunteer and get out there and meet new kids and maybe be a good role model.
How does this program embrace and engage the parents?
Well, I personally enjoy being there every Tuesday to see what they are doing and to hear more messages that every member is talking about on a Tuesday. So every story is different and everything you see is different. And I sit at the table when parents come in and they're registering their children, and it gives me an opportunity to see our future and what is coming in, and the kids that need help and the kids that need talking to.
I am going to start with this young lady seated here to your immediate left. Tell me about your experience in the program.
My experience was really good, actually. I've liked to actually socialize with people because I am a shy person, and it was nice to volunteer and help out students and people. And I thought it was really a really life-changing experience to see what people have been going through and see how they change.
Now, were you able to participate in programs?
Yes.
Or activities?
Yes, I volunteer. Well, I am in volleyball. Yeah.
Okay. And what do you think about the guest speakers that you have at the show? Name one that kind of sticks out in your mind, and if you can remember what topic they were discussing.
Well, one of them, she was a really good speaker. I forgot her name, but her story was very inspiring. And how much she's gone through, it was hard to believe. Even when looking at her, she's a brand new person. Even after what she's gone through, it was really a really good story to hear and to pretty much, yeah.
Okay, and what kind of activities were you involved in?
I was involved in gymnastics and hip-hop dance.
Wonderful. Oh my goodness. So you can do all those flips and all that good stuff. I've never been that flexible, so can't imagine what that's like. Tell me about the guest speakers there. In your opinion, who was your favorite? What were they discussing?
My favorite guest speaker, I don't really remember his name, but I just got affected by it because it really hurt me because just imagine all the pain he went through and seeing his brother and his family go away from him, his brother that passed away, that got me, that he had to see it and everything. And the guest speakers, I'm just happy that they are here today, sharing their stories to everyone else. And yeah.
The members show you a lot of tough love in the program. They have some very candid stories to tell you about decisions and mistakes that they made in their life. What have you learned through that process?
I learned that. There you go.
Oh, this is. Well,
What they share with
They
me.
teach you a lot about
Yeah.
choices.
Thank
don't
you.
they?
Thank you.
much.
A
Yes.
lot about choices and not allowing other people to lead you down a wrong path because that can be detrimental. What are some of the other things that they teach you? Maybe discipline and self-respect?
I like
Okay.
always taught them just to be leaders and not followers, and meeting the wrong group of kids and listening to what they say can put you in the wrong direction. And it's very I've learned as a parent, it's not to be their best friend, it's to be their parent and to guide them and direct them. And I think that's where we've lost track. And I like I said, I like to be there every Tuesday so that they see I'm involved, and it's not just something I drop them off at and say I'll see you back in 4 hours. It starts at home. And
Absolutely.
I think they've always been respectful children, but it's different to where you can say, look what you have and be grateful for what you have.
Right. If you had to tell your friends about the Real Talk experience, what would you say to encourage them to join a program like this?
Well, I have actually encouraged some of my friends to go because some of them could be off and disrespectful towards teachers and other guardians. So I was like, I would say, hey, I volunteer for a community center where we can hear these amazing stories from people, and I would think it would be great for you to go. And I would basically invite them, but not telling them everything because I want them to experience it
Right.
themselves.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
I tell my friends to go hey, I volunteer for this program called Real Talk, and it's really inspiring, and it's about these speakers tell their stories, and they teach you not to do this and to do this, and it leads
Absolutely.
you in the right path. And
What ways do both of you volunteer?
Well, we volunteer to help out pass out food for everyone and to at least give company to students that we actually have had someone come up to us and ask that if they wanted to
if they could say,
sit with us and talk because they didn't have anyone to talk to. So it's nice to get involved with other people that want to have friends.
Sure. What do you both like most about the program?
Hearing the stories. I love all the stories.
And I love seeing all the I like seeing the children hear the stories, all the other kids hear the stories that the guest speakers have to say, and how they would react and everything.
From a parent's perspective, what would you like to see maybe incorporated into the program or changed?
I think to be honest, it's going great, and I think if the parents took advantage and they saw more of the money that these kids can use and to further them in by donations. The donations come in and it helps me as a single mom to be able to put them in activities to stay off the streets. I'd much rather know where they are
Right.
than not know what they're doing. So it keeps them involved, it keeps them busy. We're doing something almost every night of the week to keep them going. But I think just getting more the word out of get these kids involved in things. I think when you tell them there's activities, they're not quite sure what that means. And in order to be in these activities, it also inspires these kids to keep their grades up. Because if
Absolutely.
they didn't have good grades and they weren't in attendance in school, if they weren't trying hard, that funding would not help them. So I think that's also a big advantage to keep them in school, get their grades up, and just try to get more parents involved with
Absolutely.
these kids.
How are your grades, by the way?
Really good.
My last report card of the year was A's and B's, which I was proud of.
Oh, fantastic. Well, listen to her. That is very good. And with that, have you thought about any career aspirations? What do you want to be?
I might want to be a detective.
Really? That's interesting. Why?
Jeez.
Why?
She loves those
Curious. I mean, because with
homicide
that,
shows.
there's something. But is that right? Is that what it is? That's inspiring you. And what would you like to be when you get older?
Well, I've been into artists and like cartoons because I love to draw. And I watched this show, and the celebrities are voice actors, really famous voice actors. And I would love to be one of those too, because I would love to voice act a
These
character.
are all
behind the scenes.
These are all
Yeah.
good. Not your typical answers that
Right.
I would expect. How does the program talk to you about your career aspirations? Is it encouraging? What do they say
Yeah.
about your being able to achieve your goals?
They always talk about how you should follow the path, stick with what you're doing, like keep following what you want to do. So it encourages me that I would keep doing what I want to do in order to get there.
And I'm going to ask this question of you. Every change one, you have to recite some words. I don't know if you've committed those words to memory. I'm not going to put you on the spot if you
I
haven't.
know they read them, but I don't know if they know
yeah,
by
but
heart.
why do you think those words are so important?
Well, kids like to bring themselves down, and they always think negative about themselves. Well, they should like see the bright part of them, and that they are really good enough to do everything, and they can achieve lots of goals in life.
And I think those words too, once you commit them to memory and hear, they just somehow sink down into your heart, and you're not even aware of it, but it becomes part of your DNA, and it's just part of your everyday life now that these are the words that you live by. And I think that's the reason why Cherie also incorporates that every single time. You say it so many times, you start to
Yeah.
believe
Yes.
that. You believe it, it changes your attitude.
Respect yourself, respect
Absolutely.
who you are, and respect others. And it starts with that.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I want to thank all of you for joining me today, and would love to have
you.
you back on another show
We would love it.
and
Thank
get your
you.
perspective maybe another 5 years from
Yes,
now. If
that'd
you
be
still
awesome.
have.
Maybe they'll be up there just
Thank you,
helping Cherie
ladies.
around the world. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.